Greetings, everyone. Rev.Hawksblood here. I want to get into a few things that I feel are real critical and important right now. Let's talk about positive and negative pertaining to life itself. Most people only say they want to hear positive things. Funny, most everything going on right now is negative by a definition. I call it truth. People call it negative. People say they have the truth, their truth. I do many radio shows weekly. I ask people, what is their truth? I always ask people, what are they listening to? How did they get their truth? If they're listening, I tell them to write it down on a piece of paper. Take a pen and pencil out, write it down. Whatever you think truth to you is, because most people will say, I have my own truth. What is it? Then I'll ask, where did you get the truth from? Sadly, in a way, the first place is usually their mother, then their father, then their brothers and sisters, and then their friends. After that, they are already programmed. They are sent to school. Now they're fed many more programs on top of the ones they already have. During that time, religion and spiritual beliefs will be put in with the program. Pushed into them, pushed on them, however you want to word it. So I will say all my experiences came from my personal experiences. Yes, it was fed. I was fed many programs all my childhood. Most were all lies. Maybe they all were lies. I was even told at 11 that my experiences were not real. I was dealing with a deity, angel, for a word. And I let go of it for a while, 2 years. But then I got back on my spiritual quest. I learned my spiritual truth from my own direct experiences. I did not get them from a drug or drinking, or did I get it from a book? That could never happen, and that will never happen. Your experience is what you directly perceive from inside you and around you, not what your mind is telling you when you read a piece of paper. All right, it's your own thoughts. Now, one does not need to challenge them. No? Well, I say you do. You have to challenge everything you think you know, no matter what kind of truth you believe it to be. Including what any psychic will tell you, because they think they cannot see what you really think, because you see what you really think inside yourself, but they try to make you think you see what they see is truth. I'm trying to say it in a different way. They accept the idea that you can't see the truth, so they're going to tell you it. At least that's what they think. What you see and listen to them, it could be true at one level. Whatever level that is at is probably not beneficial for you. When you manifest something, is it true to yourself? Then you can decide how important it was when you want to create a relationship and different things. But that's how you work with yourself. And if you expect to get that from somebody else, you have problems. And that's what life is about, learning to see the difference between both. Sorry, I just had a problem with my teeth, but I'm doing the best I can. Now, why are people so desperate for something outside the sick programmings that they already have? Boredom, truth, the idea of truth, really sinking in. At some level, most people know that, but they don't know how to get rid of them. The programs they've been fed and accepted. You might get rid of some of them, but be able to get rid of all of them? I don't think too many people can do that because of acceptance, accepting the idea that their mother, father was right, or a religious person was right, a psychic channel was right. People are holding on to the idea love will save the world. Well, that some alien race might come here and protect us? From what? Our own ego? Then make us spiritual, purify the planet. Really, in 100,000 years, we only became better at killing and destroying things as well as life itself. Now people think they are God or one with God. That gives them the ability not to have to think what a real God would really be thinking. Because now it's just you, and you just have to think whatever you want. It's easier to think what you want than really trying to understand what it truly is. That thing called life means what to most people? Life is something to hold on to, not let go. Why? So many people are going to be dealing with ego and listening to these people that have this ego problem and accept their power over their own. It's amazing how people accept that. I don't go into psychics at all because there's too many out there, too many feeding people with false truth, false ideas, channel as well. The ones claiming to talk to the greatest angels, even though they don't even believe in the Bible, Gabriel, Michael, Metatron. I mean, these angels are the highest in the Bible, and then they're the ones that they're going to work with. And what do they come out saying? Everything's okay. They're here to help us. We're protected. While the planet's still being destroyed every split second, and diseases and sicknesses are growing, horribly, contamination at every level is at the highest, and it's still growing. Many teachers teach us how to find ourselves. And all I can do is say, look, the only thing that's important in life is you understanding yourself as soul, not the body. Most people have it the opposite way. As long as man thinks the body is more important than soul, they will never get out of the lower world, which I call the astral and the physical worlds, because of that. Back to what people want. Men, in general, and it's becoming a lot of women as well, sadly, have 4 things that keep them happy in life, meaning being happy on this physical planet. They are sex, drugs, and drinking, cheap thrills, and money. I'm sure you understand what cheap thrills are, meaning like jumping out of a plane, sports, hobbies. They give them a temporary excitement, the same as sex does. So, without them, imagine a person being alone on this planet, and they have all those things. How long would it last? How long would a person really be entertained? I mean, even if you're watching a boxing match, it ends in an hour and a half. Watching a game, a couple hours, but it's over. Now what? Look for something else to entertain you. So life's an entertainment for most people, just to get satisfied with their feelings and emotions, which are liars to your own self. I don't have time to get into that. The word love, how many people have it? How many people are willing to walk away from it? In 10 years, 20 years? It's sad to see a relationship that strong, or was that strong, just split apart. For what? To play the game called Let's Start Over. It's sad. The illusion most people live in and what they desire and the things they desire will never happen. If it's something important. I mean, you could desire to get an ice cream cone or something like that, but I'm talking desiring the world to become happy, peaceful, loving, compassionate. World peace? World love? What's that really? What would it mean if the whole world was truly in love? Does anybody have an idea? Again, write that down on a piece of paper so you can see it and look at it. What you believe, what you think is your truth, what you understand as your own truth. What would it mean except everyone in that game will have to accept one program? The program of what love has to be? The program of what compassion really is? Think about it. Think about what if 7 billion people agreed on what love meant. What would it mean? Write that down. I really would love you to analyze what you think that could even possibly be. Everybody's allowed to have sex once a day. Everybody's allowed to kiss twice a day or has to kiss 5 times a day. What would it mean to accept it on a consciousness of 7 billion people and to live in that state? Okay, we all accept love and this is what it is. What is it? Without God, it's absolutely nothing. Thinking you're God, it still is absolutely nothing. It's just ego. But people need to learn that and experience that, and will. As they destroy the word morals, and we sink deeper and deeper into this darkness, the rabbit hole going down deeper and deeper, and then expect all these other things to change it and make it better. Well, I do a show. It's on www.freedomslips.com, and it's called Spiritual and Beyond. I am on Fridays and Saturdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Please call in 818-570-6200. I take all my calls. I reply. I do ask, if you're going to call in, ask the question pertaining to what we're talking about. Please, show yourself you care. I know it's easy to listen to all those lies out there, but someday you will face yourself, meaning who you are and what you really are, and then you will face God. You're not going to be standing in front of these people that are telling you things, like telling you who you are, where you are, what you were. Yeah, there's thousands of psychics out there now, maybe even a lot more than that. And I'll say this, there are only a few true good ones out there. Again, the ones that deal with angels and Alphatron, Metatron, Metatron, sorry. But all these angels, Gabriel and Michael, the greatest angels in the Bible, are here and talking to them? Really? Why? They don't even believe in the Bible. They don't believe in Jesus in most cases. How can they say they follow these angels that are in that Bible? Why not get some angels from the inner worlds or outer worlds, however you want to look at it? But there's hundreds of thousands of them out there. You don't need the 4 that are in the Bible. Why is that? Think about it. Please tune into my show, freedomslips.com, Revolution Radio. I'm open. I listen to people. Please, come on. Tell me your truth. Tell me what you think truth really means to a world. And what's happening. Well, love and light, Kadisha. Hope you tune in. You heard it here first.